Mr. Funny232 here, and I already made a video of my Lego Kar98k, but I added some different stuff to it. Nothing big, but I changed the stock a little bit, and I added a more of a grip for on your shoulder. I made new sights. This one looks more like the real sights. That's what the real sights look like. So you can have it both ways. You could have it like you could have your sights like that, or there's these little knobs on the sides, or you could have it like that, or in the middle, or whatever. I just wanted to share that with you. And I got a few comments and personal message saying to do a tutorial, but I will not be doing that. I'm not gonna show you how to build it. I'm just gonna show you the mechanism. Very simple mechanism. I think if I show it to you, you can be able to build it. Let me just fire off the rounds real quick. And something I didn't mention is that if you pull this back all the way and you leave it all the way back and you shoot it, I usually just do this if I want to get rid of the bullets, like if I want to do something with it. But it's all the way back, and they all fire out at the same exact time. That's just a quick way of doing it instead of having to shoot it, reload it, and that. But I am missing a few rubber bands, and let me just gather my rubber bands real quick. I did replace them with smaller ones, so that way when you stretch it over, it's just about to break, so it shoots a lot harder. And I'm going to show you the mechanism. That's the mechanism. And when you pull the trigger, okay, so when you pull the trigger, you can see in one of the holes that the trigger pulls this piece down. It's shaped like that. I think that's good enough. And so when you put the rubber bands on it, the rubber band's gonna be pulling it towards the barrel as far as it can go. And this has this piece just looks like that. It has a Technic piece where it has a plus shape on both sides and a hole in the middle, 3 studs long, and there's just 2 skinny ones that looks just like that. And so since the rubber band's gonna be pulling on it, my finger will represent the rubber band. So my finger's attached to this thing, and so it's going to be pulling it. It wants to move, but the piece that the trigger's attached to, right here, it won't let it move. And when you pull the trigger, it allows it to spin once, and then when you let go of the trigger, then it'll get it'll just keep going. If you hold on the trigger, it'll just keep going if you have this all the way back. But what this does is, as you can see, there's a little blue piece on the end of this to keep it from going all the way. So I'm just gonna put in a rubber band, and to put in the rubber band you need to pull the bolt thing back. I'm gonna put on the rubber band. I'm gonna put on 2. And so you got that rubber band on it. You're gonna have to do this. You're gonna push it back. Try to get closer here. You're gonna have to push it back, and it's gonna push the trigger piece. So right now it's touching the trigger piece. Keep going, and it's gonna click, and it's gonna lock. And then you put on the other rubber band, spin it again, put on the other one, spin it again. So that's how it works. Shoot it. This is what this is for. It's kind of hard to explain. You're gonna put that in, and as you can see, I did only put on 1 and I spun it. If I were to put on 1 and not spin it, then it would shoot this one, but it's gonna shoot nothing. It's just gonna spin because the rubber band's not on this one, it's on the bottom one. So I'm gonna put it in, and I'm gonna shoot it. And as you saw, it went. And the other piece that's on the bottom of it, it won't go any farther because, see, you can see it kind of in between that piece, because it can't spin up to reload itself because this piece is in the way. And then when you pull that piece out, it'll do that. So it's loaded to your next round, and it won't let this one go because trigger piece is still there. And then when you pull this, it lets the rubber band go, and it doesn't matter the gun. All the guns should shoot just the same. It just depends on how small your rubber bands are. And just to show you, I'm just going to show you this real quick. My new scope looks just like this. It doesn't really adjust, that's just for show. And whoa, I just got right, but that's what it looks like. And I found it out that if you take, like, I don't know how to explain this, a 2x2, and then there's like a 2x2 circular piece on it, and it spins. If you take off that circular piece, this is the bottom, and it would have this is the black part for the bottom, and it would have like a circular piece right here, and it would be able to spin. So I took that off, and I put 3 of them inside the scope, because if you only had 1, then you could look at it from an angle and you could still see through the hole. But since they're all lined up, then you can't do that unless you're looking directly straight ahead. And then you squeeze the top on and it won't be able to come off. But I'm not going to show a how-to for that. I think you could figure that out yourself. So I really hope this helped. I didn't do a piece-by-piece tutorial because, one, that would take too long, and I don't remember like where each piece is and where it goes. So if you haven't seen the gun of this for shooting all the rounds, please subscribe and view my channel. I really hope this did help, because if it didn't, well, keep replaying it, see if you get it, because I'm not going to do a piece-by-piece one, no matter what, because it'd just be too hard, and I'd forget how to rebuild it, and then I wouldn't have it anymore. So comment, rate, and subscribe for more videos, possibly how-tos. If I find a simpler gun to make. Comment, rate, and subscribe.